Hi, my name is Russell Tower, and I'm here speaking with one of the Jews that survived the Holocaust, the moment where Hitler gathered all the Jews to exterminate them, to put them in one word. Let's hear this Jew's point of view.
Yeah, thanks. My name is Jude Israel Kosher, and yeah, I survived the Holocaust, but I was the only one in my family. In fact, when I left the Holocaust, for the longest period of time, I was homeless. I had no friends, I had no family. I was all alone, so, it scarred me for life. And, the thing is that it doesn't make sense to me why someone would hate another person because simply of what kind of race they were born into. It baffles me, really. The fact that my whole life I've been struggling just because I was born a Jew, it's horrible.
So, it's a very sad story about how just all of that comes together. Now, I just want to find out about, were you allowed outside the camp in the places, like just outside? Did you go anywhere? Did the Germans lead you anywhere? Or were you weren't led anywhere, but you saw other people led there? I just like to know about your family.
Yeah, I saw many people being led out of the camps, but after I learned about what happened to them afterwards, I can't talk about it. It's just too bad, because that's actually how I said goodbye to my mother and father. They were walking in there. For some reason they didn't kill me. I don't know why. Could be because I'm a child, but I heard they were absolutely horrible people. Of course they were, so I don't know why I didn't go with them. And during most of the Holocaust I actually wish they did, because I would rather be anywhere than that camp. I went there being told it was some place which was special for Jews, somewhere where all Jews could have fun together, but no, I was forced to work. On small occasions I'd be given, an hour off. If I so much as spent an extra minute off, I had to actually guess the time, so most of the time I would just be there for half an hour, scared that I'd be beaten, because one of my friends one day came to me. He had a massive spot on his face, asked what happened, and he said that he overslept. I don't know what's wrong with the Nazis.
Thank you, Mr. Israel Kosher. Now, I just want to say how sorry I am for your family, but this interview must go on, as we have paid for the full hour on the show. So, I just want to ask about, did you make friends in the camp, or was it all work, no free time? Just, is there anyone you know that survived with you, or you the only survivor?
Yeah, we did have free time, but through that whole time we weren't allowed to speak. I think it was just a time to rest so they could make us work even harder, but I don't think I recognized anyone that left the same day as me who was liberated from Auschwitz. I don't recognize anyone, but still, everyone looked slightly different when they came out of Auschwitz. They were skinny, they were like bone thin. I find it really, really hard to talk about, so can we move on to another subject, please?
Oh, you went to Auschwitz, because there was many camps, but that's the only one I know, really. So, I would like to know how you got liberated, because it's interesting to see how you actually got liberated, and how most of you died, but you survived. How did that come to?
Yeah, I did go to Auschwitz, and the day I was liberated, there wasn't really much. I thought it was just another roundup where they counted to make sure that none of the Jews had escaped, but actually they told us to change our clothes. They told us that we wouldn't be in that camp anymore. I was a small kid. I think I was only around 10 when I was liberated. So for me, I didn't really understand that much, but after I left, a few people did take me in, but we were living homeless, essentially, for, around 10 years or something. So, by no means was being liberated any better. Well, it was better, except, it was another hard part of my life.
Thank you for telling me your story. But we've only got a few more questions. And I would like to know, were you abused during the Holocaust? Because my grandfather, he saw many Jews. Do not hate me, but he was a German, but he did not agree with things Hitler was doing. So I would just like to know, were you abused by German people, and were you ridiculed in public?
Actually, while I was in Germany, because that's where I was brought up as well, I didn't receive that much hate, mostly because people didn't know that I was a Jew. They couldn't really see that I was a Jew. But definitely after the war, obviously I didn't go back to Germany. I had to stay in Auschwitz. So I was in Poland then. But yeah, while I was in Germany, I saw a lot of hatred towards Jews. But it wasn't suddenly one day, now everyone hates Jews. It was kind of, over a long period of time. First my friends started saying, "Oh, you're a Jew, I don't want to talk to you anymore." Then my neighbors said, "Oh, I think our neighbors are Jews," and then they told the officials. Everything, it didn't really escalate quickly. It was a very slow process of, anti-Semitism. And I don't really hate the fact that your grandfather was a Jew. In fact, I don't really care. It's not the Jew. Oh, I mean a German. Sorry. Yeah, it's not the Germans that I hate. It's the Nazis.
That must have been hard for you to say, and I'm sorry, but yeah. Anyway, as our show's coming to an end, we just need to ask you one more question. It's kind of important to the story. Do you support neo-Nazis? And for those who don't know what neo-Nazis are, they are people who supported the Nazis during the time, and there are some who still support them now. So I just want to know, do you like any? Do you know any? So thanks.
Neo-Nazis have the kind of mindset that they have an enemy, but they don't know the people that they supposedly hate. I think if a neo-Nazi could be a good person, if they actually went and talked to Jews, talked to black people, talked to people that are not just the same race as they are. I find it absolutely disgusting that somebody would support the kind of atrocities that the Nazi Party, made Jews go through, made me go through. I really don't want to talk about it.
Thank you, that must have been hard for you to say. Can we just all give him a round of applause for being brave and saying it? Has some enthusiasm from the audience. Visit us next week when we interview Rosa Parks. Thank you and good night.